Quite often in the course of exploring an interesting Tennessee restaurant, we find an equally interesting story about the people who make it possible. Such was the case when Ken Wilshire went to a downtown establishment in Chattanooga on Market Street. Now, the food was good, of course, but wait till you meet the sisters and World War II decorated mom who make it all possible.
When the Tennessee Aquarium was under construction in Chattanooga in the late 1980s, there were few, if any, places for entertainment, especially if you were looking for a nice place to dine. That is until 212 Market Street became 212 Market Restaurant.
It was hard being a first business downtown. We had to fight to be zoned to be a restaurant. We didn't have enough parking. They ripped up the street 2-3 times. The mayor said avoid the area.
None of the hotels were here, the stadium wasn't here, the IMAX wasn't here, the parking garages weren't here. It was a pretty desolate place down here.
But this didn't stop 212 Market owners Maggie Moses and her two daughters, Susan and Sally. They took an extraordinary risk over 20 years ago and opened what's now a downtown landmark.
Everything just happened so quickly. I was working pastry in Atlanta, and when my sister and mom asked me to join them in this venture here, I really don't know if any of us realized what we were getting ourselves into.
2 cups of pecans.
And when most people were already retired, Maggie still had a full-time career when Sally and Susan opened 212 Market, but she was soon drawn into this wonderful family venture.
I've been a dietitian all my life, and I was working full-time, and my daughters went ahead and opened a restaurant, and I helped them with the bookkeeping and stuff. And after about 3 years, I decided I just quit my job and help them, you know. So that's what I've been doing pretty much. 7 days a week.
Well, there's much more to Maggie's story. We'll tell you about it later. But you'll find she's truly made 212 a delightful culinary experience.
We have a really nice bakery. We make 3 kinds of bread daily, sometimes more. We use local flours, local eggs. We do a lot of special diet items like gluten-free, or if somebody can't eat this or that, we're able to accommodate them. Dessert-wise, my mom is a fantastic baker, and my sister is even more so, does specialty items. She also blows sugar, which is kind of a cool art. It's like glass but sugar.
We have great soups. Our seafood bisque has been in Fodor's travel guide for like 20 years or something. Steaks, vegetables. Our vegetables are really proud of those.
Well, there is much to be proud of at 212 with its cheery, colorful, welcoming interior. It's the perfect setting for this family trio to demonstrate their recipe for success.
Our cuisine is probably mixed up American. We do everything from scratch with the exception of maybe ranch dressing. We do use a lot of the local ingredients mixed up with some other seafood that may be sustainable but isn't local, like our wild-caught shrimp and Falls Mill grits with linguine and andouille sausage and fried green tomatoes.
I mean, Susan is an extraordinary chef who believes in nothing short of perfection. From every fresh, locally grown ingredient she can find for her unique fare to their artful presentations. And to orchestrate the front with outstanding customer service, Sally ensures guests are treated to a warm, friendly atmosphere when they visit.
You had your lunch. How was it?
Oh, that was wonderful.
And Maggie? Well, we found Maggie about everywhere we looked.
I thought when we paid off our mortgage, that I would turn it over to the girls and they could do whatever they wanted with it. And somehow or other, there just seems to be a niche that I need to fill. But I keep telling them, I don't want to get in your way, you know, let me go. So I'm sure if I stayed home, I would find things to do.
Maggie's over 90 years old, and yes, she works 7 days a week for about 12 hours a day. She opens every morning, baking fresh breads for the day. She does the bookkeeping, greets customers, and we found her making a special order cake.
They liked it so much that ever since they were here, they've been emailing us back to make it, you know. So I thought today I'll try it again.
While you'll find a wonderfully enjoyable dining experience inside the restaurant, it's the outside with these solar panels where the real story begins. The Moses family not only generates much of their own electricity, they recycle and work hard to make 212 Market as green as it can be. But the best part of the 212 Market story is Maggie. She's truly a remarkable woman and mother.
She graduated from high school very early, went to UT Knoxville, and then got her master's before she was 21 at Columbia, and then signed right up. She's a dietitian, registered dietitian. Went right into World War II and was on the front lines just right behind Patton in France. She has 3 battle stars. You know, her stories are pretty incredible.
We were behind Patton, and Patton moved so fast that he would take over all those supply depots. And so I had my mess sergeants going out in the farms and having the farmers brought in produce and eggs and things so we could start finding some food to eat. You know, it was a struggle.
Even in war, it's been her love for serving others that sets the example for Susan and Sally and everyone at 212 Market Restaurant. But it's Maggie's strength, courage, and work ethic that inspires us all.
I just try to tell them, just tell me if I'm in the way, you know.